Stealth run to electric boo goo 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 goo.
Which is not very quiet.
We're gonna try this again. Damn it. I've committed this much, and we're gonna do it. Oh god, you were already in stealth mode. Alright. So now that we're more aware of the fact that he is in fact a priest. He called him the high priest. Haven't I seen the high priest over and over again without knowing that they were Nedmar, basically? Priestess of Baroth. Priest of Baroth. Are they behind this fucking door? Shit. Stealth of 7, stealth of 3, mechanics of 4, mechanics of 0. The best mechanics and stealth character is Durance. If I combine the two, he might be able to open this door. Minutes of bonus mechanics. If it gave +3 mechanics, that would take him to 7 mechanics, which is the bare minimum for opening this door with 3 lockpicks. Okay. So give him this item, give him some lockpicks. Should be able to do something with this. I hope. Isn't this supposed to be her armor? Yeah. I put on the wrong. I mixed up the slots. No big deal.
I'm here.
Just gotta figure out how to stealth him through here. We got this.
Fine.
It's a open-ish area. How much could I have to... How much consequence could there be for me having 4 fewer stealth points? It's fine. He has like 4 or 3 or whatever, and that guy has, you know, 7. Wow, there's nobody here. Alright. Well, that's lucky. Hopefully I can cast this scroll without getting caught.
And what does...
Do it.
That's settled.
Alright, what's in here? That's not entirely reassuring. Okay. We're getting somewhere, damn it. No, don't be a doorway that takes me somewhere. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. That's what I accomplished?
Ready, Watcher.
Alright, well, I have minutes of bonus mechanics skill to work with here. Let's just try to work with that, I guess. Because that was altogether unhelpful. I'm expecting him to be on this floor, not a different one. Durance.
Ready, Watcher.
What?
Uh-oh. He got filled up immediately, but I guess these people are they're people that I don't care about. There's the people that aren't suspicious of me or something. I don't know, nothing's happening.
A simple test.
No! Go in there. Durance. Kick ass. Who's in here? Nedmar! Buddy! Fuck, you're hard to find, man. Multiple... Need to go sneaking through locked doors? This frail old priest is hunched over a table surrounded by scattered scrolls and parchment, examining their contents with the aid of a thick monocle. He glances up as you approach, blinking rheumy eyes. I assume that's how you pronounce that. More visitors, then. You're not one of the acolytes, or the guards for that matter. His voice is dry, a dry, quiet rasp, which makes you an intruder at the least. Kolsk put you up to this, didn't I suppose? Yes, that would be him, sending young men to dash themselves against the keep's defenses. He shakes his head. Would that my sermons could draw such fervor. Still, you are here. What is it you want? Just immediately attack. Osiria sends her regards. No. I'm only here to pick this place clean. You don't seem to think much of this Kolsk fellow. It is not that. I simply disagree with his methods. We have known each other for a long time. I remember him as a young lad. It makes it all the harder to see him act this way, impulsively, blindly. Nedmar frowns. He and his followers have brought more harm than good, for all his good intentions. But I do not wish him harm, and I find myself caught within their struggle for power. He raises a bony finger. But neither Kolsk nor Raedric can resolve this crisis. They are but mortal men. We must turn to Barath. It is the twinned god who will bring peace and balance to the souls of Gilded Vale, and it is to Barath we must pray if we are to see Wadwin's legacy ended. Good thing his predecessor set expectations low then. It's really weird that none of the people talking are actually in the room. Party-based RPGs. They make things confusing and messy. How did you know I came here on behalf of Kolsk? Nedmar studies you quietly for a moment. My eyes may be failing me, but my wits have not. Kolsk has recruited what allies he can, and he has begun to strike against the keep in earnest. It has not been long since his latest effort, as I predicted. And as you can see, the attempt was a disaster. Kolsk is unwilling to grasp certain truths, nor does he understand that it is that. Nor does he understand what it is that keeps Raedric in power. He will need much guidance if he means to take Raedric's place. I can only hope he would listen. I'm here to face Raedric. Will you help me? Nedmar's brows knit together in an expression of mournful regret. I don't know that I can. I have tried to warn Kolsk and his people of the dangers. I have, in truth, tried often to sway them from their path. My efforts do not seem to have made any difference. Play nice with the fellow that wants to kill you and all your friends. Can't imagine why they wouldn't listen to sound advice like that. Even poor Gyako. I thought he, at least, might be saved, but he's Osiris now, fodder for her experiments. He bows his head, setting his trembling hands upon the table for support. I have narrowly escaped suspicion. Raedric is in the grip of grief. Raedric is in the grip of grief and will not be swayed. He will bring his wrath down upon these poor prisoners. He shakes his head. And I cannot shoulder that guilt. I cannot bear it. Tell me about Gyako. Or Gyacho? I have no idea, honestly. One of my acolytes. Nedmar's expression crumples with grief. I found him begging in the street when he was but a young lad. I took him in. I just realized that I stealthed here as Durance without ever putting on the correct robes that would make him blend in. I took him in. I hoped he might grow within the church, take my place when I grew too old to serve Lord Raedric. A bitter note enters his voice. But he took an interest in Kolsk's efforts. His vain rebellion. I could not keep him from leaving. And now, he has joined Kolsk against our lord, and lingers in the dungeons. I fear he may already have fallen victim to Osiria's evil designs. You mentioned Osiria's experiments. Ossyria, a bright young woman, corrupted by the teachings of the Animancers. She has filled Lord Raedric's head with the blasphemous notions and false hope, preying upon his desire to guide his people. And he has been foolish enough to listen. Raedric has given Ossyria leave to conduct what experiments she will. Now the lowest reaches of the keep are fouled with the smell of rot. Who knows what souls dwell, lamenting in that darkness? Animancers. His lips twist into a frown. Why am I not surprised they're involved in this nonsense? Because we've already talked to her, Aloth? I begged Lord Raedric's forgiveness on my acolyte's behalf, but I think I have only delayed Gyakko's fate. He shakes his head. He is at Ossyria's mercy now. If I save Gyakko, will you help me reach Raedric? I could give you the means to enter Raedric's chapel, below. That would put you beside his throne room. Nedmar's voice trembles, but I cannot risk it while Gyakko's in danger. If you can see him safely out of Ossyria's reach, I promise you, I will do my best to help you. He looks cautiously around the room. Oh, this will do you more good than a disguise. We have a passphrase. It is, from every ending a beginning. Say that, and the guards here will leave you be. On this floor alone, I'm afraid. Raedric's sellswords have little patience for such things. I will see Gyakko to safety and then return. Be cautious. Ossyria wields powerful sorceries, and she has a fondness for cruel traps. I don't doubt she will be a terrible foe if angered. Nedmar clasps his hands together. Gods guide you. Huh. That's useful. Hopefully it's trustworthy, but it would seem that I have a passphrase that'll let me just sneak around on this floor without being in trouble. I already had... I don't know. I thought I already had a Baratheon scripture, but I don't remember. Such plentiful scrolls. And a fine robe. Maybe even an improved robe. Let's see here. DR5. That's already nice. That's all it's got, though. Yeah, it's just more DR. Where you have Constitution and damage reduction burn. 2 more damage reduction against everything is better than having a bit more damage reduction against burn. He has a lot of fire resist, though. That's a burn of 12? Yep. Wow. So he collectively has a lot of fire damage resistance, but this is 2 on everything. Probably beats having 2 Constitution. Possibly. How do you compare, Aloth? Right, you wear leather. This is almost as good. This is almost as good damage reduction, but with better recovery speed. But that has increased area of effective abilities. Ah! There's some tempting things to hold on to there. Does he look nicer in this robe? Yeah, he does. He's kind of a mess with the other one. He just likes to run around in his freaking burlap sack clothing. He's a big fan of that getup. Don't judge him. What is this? Look, money. I can steal his money. So I think that means I'm now just allowed to run around because I have a password.
Yeah.
So I should be safe to just explore a bit on this floor more freely. It feels really weird to wander around so openly. Are they even going to ask me for it, or are we just going to skip that dialogue entirely? I should have been in stealth before I took those stairs. Uh-oh. It's supposed to be a dungeon, though. I don't know if it'll take me straight to her dungeon, or if it's another different dungeon. But they said there's a secret.
Take a look.
It is the same dungeon. Good to know. They didn't mean that, though, did they? I'll have to go sneaking around at the skull. Wait.
I think I see something.
Oh, there's a secret. Is that the gift? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, but I could have never done that without having already unlocked it, though, because these people can't stealth this area. It occurs to me that I already got the gift that the note mentioned. It was that gem that was in the other skull. So I briefly thought, oh, they mean go into the crypt, because that's where the skulls would be. But they meant the gem I already found in the wall. Of course, there was a secret path into his room. But you have to somehow... You have to preemptively have all the right skills on one character, basically. They have to have good enough stealth to reach the location, and then good enough either perception or mechanics or whatever that the particular thing requires to discover it. That's a hell of a character, kind of stretched thin between different skills at the same time. But yeah, it means that I should invest it. Damn it, I invested... It's rougher because I realized that I invested on survival with her because she's a ranger, which made sense to me. But what I should be doing, apparently, is investing in a...
Ready, Watcher.
Oopsie. I should be investing in mechanics and stealth on one character. I'll just have to make Durance better at stealth since he's already investing in mechanics. That makes sense. Because somebody has to be good at both in order to actually be able to do that kind of sneaking. Trap triggered, uh-oh. Character death. Fuck.
Taking all she can.
I think it may be time to strike up camp.
Okay.
Ready, Watcher.
I think that's enough of that. I think we're about done with stealth at this point.
Sure.
Why is Watcher the only one not in stealth mode? There we go.
Sure.
Yeah. Alright, fuck it. Oh god. Camera, where you go? Fuck it. Entire group's gonna go as one group, and we're just gonna go clear out this entire area till we find this one prisoner. And then we're gonna release that prisoner, and we're gonna get out of here. That might be a prison over there.
I can do that.
I can do that.
As requested.
It is I, the other chanter. I can do that. Development of Crucible Knights Part 1. If I were kidnapping boys and putting them in a dungeon, where would I hide them? Please don't be water that's for some reason bad for me. Watch this turn out to be... This is probably where the sewer would have taken me if I went through the sewer grate. Yeah. That's totally where that is. Further invalidating me going on the roof in the first place. The sewer does seem to be an easier path if it takes you into here. Well, no, you'd have to fight your way through this entire dungeon to get through. But I'm about to do that anyway, I guess, so... So I wasn't here before, but I never saw a prisoner there. There could be a prisoner there in between all the candles, I don't know.
Let's go.
Fuck him up.
Brave.
He shall not survive the winter, mostly because he's already a corpse. It's really bad for your survival chances when you're already dead.
Crave. Tough love.
Oh boy. There are more and more of them. Quick, use your anti-vessel powers. YOLO! I'll make some money off all this stuff. Oh, there's more. Could that be? Oh, those are cells. There we go. Now I'm going the right way. Black ooze. I feel like some ooze. Unless you have the utmost control over these creatures, I feel like these oozes would be a danger to the prisoners if they just go sloughing on through the through the grates and just going after everybody. God, I just want to loot it. Why won't you loot it? There we go. People keep standing in the way of the looting.
I'll give it a try.
Don't you understand that I must loot? Assuming formation. Ah, skeletons. Who could have predicted such a thing?
Brave, tough.
There we go. Alright, well, good news. I seem to have found where the prisoners would be. Let's just track down where the... Oh, there's a gacho. Blood is smeared on the wall in the vague shape of letters. Whatever it has once said has been obscured by a crimson handprint.
Laying low. Huh?
Everyone take a moment to just kind of look around in there. Just want to see if y'all notice anything noteworthy in there.
I think I see something.
There's one. Boots of evasion, +2 reflex. Nice. Put those on you real quick. These are kind of whatever. Okay. You've got the Constitution boots. Yeah. Whoops. You're one of the characters more likely to enter the fray, I suppose. So enjoy your evasion boots. Yeah, hang on. Are you still wearing... Yep, you're still wearing the robes.
I can do that.
I can do that.
As requested.
There's nothing in here. Door slammed shut behind
I
me.
can do that.
I've made a mistake.
As requested.
Hey, over here. This young man's face is badly bruised and his gaunt form is covered in a threadbare shirt. He watches you, shivering, with a measure of hope in his eyes. I don't know who you are, but will you help me? Gods, what have people become in this place? He gazes nervously past you at the open cell door. I don't think I can fight my way out. You must be Gacho. Nedmar sent me to find you. Nedmar? Gacho gives a quiet laugh of disbelief. The priest sent you? I thought he'd leave me here to rot. He wasn't too happy when I left the keep. I told him I could do far more good with Kolsk than as an acolyte. He accused me of joining a band of outlaws. Gacho looks down at his feet. I guess we were both wrong. What can you tell me about Nedmar? Nedmar's been a father to me, really. My actual father was a traitor, and he died in a bandit raid when I was young. I don't remember him much. I remember the days after, though, stuck here in Gilded Vale, begging for food. Nedmar was a priest of the Scattered God back then. He took me in and raised me in the church. I was going to follow in his footsteps even after he converted, and we turned to the Twinned God. But I started seeing what was happening to Gilded Vale, what Raedric was doing, and Nedmar, he just kept on saying that things would work out, that we had to stand by the Lord of the Keep. Kolsk was the only one who seemed to be willing to do anything about it. Instead of, well, preaching, he smiles sadly. So that's 2 fathers I left behind. I take it you ended up here after assaulting the keep with Kolsk and his men. Yes. He looks away. It seemed a good plan. We got in without incident, and I knew the way, but we were surprised in the dungeons, and most of us... Pietro shudders. You'll have seen some of them, fought them, their bodies at least. Not their minds anymore, but their souls. The woman down here, Raedric's animancer, her name is Assyria. I've heard her speaking, sometimes, talking about a cure. Lord Raedric calls on her often, but she's not curing anyone. She's only turned men and women into monsters. He shudders. I watched her take the others. I was sure I'd be next. Eloth shakes his head. Men and women turned to this evil to cure Hollowborn? Madness. Tell me about Assyria. There's something not right about her. A bad feeling, I mean. I knew the moment she arrived, things would take a turn for the worse. He shivers. There's nothing good comes of dealing with animancers. Unnatural, the lot of them. She's the one who transformed them, changed my friends into monsters. She said she was doing it for the good of Gilded Vale. Giacho clenches a fist. More like the good of her coin person, a sick curiosity. She's dangerous. And who knows what else has gotten in her laboratory. I wouldn't go in there. She has a convincing manner. Spells, no doubt. You're free. Make a run for it. Thank you, stranger. I have to get back to the fork. But first, some food and rest, I think. Tell Nedmar, well, tell him I think I have the carving of the pale knight he gave me as a boy. And that I hope he is well. Good luck, and may the gods keep you safe. He's just gonna take off? I guess we'll just assume he made it out. Okay. I wouldn't have trusted that. Yeah. I thought I was gonna have to navigate him down to the sewer exit or something. Yeah, the moat. That seemed like the smart thing to do, but I guess he's just gonna make it. Oh wow, she's like right up there. Yeah, we can't. I've gained reputation with Gilded Vale. I don't think we can just ignore her. It's way too fucked up down here. We need to go fuck her up. Howdy, y'all. And how fares my newest assistant? I trust Nedmar's in poor health. We can rest here or leave. There we go. That's how you start the fight. Like, there seems to not be a start combat with dialogue option. Probably because it thinks I'm cooperating with her. Although the game is ready for me to betray her on some level because, you know, there's a character who literally is like, yo, we should betray her. And like, it's explicitly in the dialogue. The idea that you could pretend to work with her and then betray her. AoE. Could use a little assistance from the group here. Against the number of naughty dudes here. There we go. Get you out of range and then fire on him. Okay. So many toys to play with. Oh, she's about to go down already. Neat. Maybe I should just let it sit for a second. Okay. Consecrated ground. Yeah, right in the middle of the group. That'll keep the whole crowd healthy for a bit. What is that? What just popped up? Probably the quest about how I can't betray her anymore. Or something. Buried secrets. I don't know which quest got updated just now. There's too much happening at the same time. We have this. Yeah, what's that shield mean?
Use some rest.
Fine.
Is it that she can't full on die or something? Oh, it's probably a spell she cast right before she died. And it's just still active for a moment. Rusted iron cell key. That probably frees him if I couldn't do it myself. Assyria's grimoire. That might be a little dangerous to be playing around with. But we have it. We can learn binding web. Isn't that fun? Spins a resilient viscous web throughout the area of effect, leaving unfortunate victims stuck inside. Fleet feet, jolting touch. Bolt of electricity jumps from the caster's fingers to the nearest enemy and then to the next nearest, causing decreasing amounts of shock damage. Yeah, it's a chain lightning. Only 2 meters for the first jump, but then it chains 3 times. Ah, I like chain lightning. Crackling bolt. Ooh. Big old scary 3rd level spell. And it bounces! Caster becomes a living generator for a powerful bolt of electricity that streaks out in a straight line and bounces off walls, harming anything caught in its path. Ooh. It has a 42.8 meter range, and it bounces up to 3 times, but loses half damage after each bounce. So it sounds like it's a piercing line attack that can hit a bunch of people. Fun. It does have friendly fire, worth considering. That's 300 to learn. And then, oops, erase spell. Cancel. I'm not trying to erase it. It'll cost 300 copper for Aloth to learn Fireball. Neat. Hang on a minute. Can't she just... Okay, first of all, does this have any stats on it? No, they don't have stats, do they? I can just equip it, can't I? And then I have those spells? That's one way to test. Okay, so now that I have equipped it... Wait, wrong character. Yeah. Ah, you can only cast what he's learned so far. Okay. You cannot cast any of the spells that you haven't learned yet. I thought maybe if they were in the book you could cast them, but no. So that does not answer the question of whether or not I can cast 3rd level spells before I reach the level where you normally unlock them. It's also not Osiris Grimoire, so it's also just the wrong one. Let's go back to Aloth, since it's the one where I know all the spells. I'm gearing up to take this keep, so I should try to learn one of these and see if it works. I have now learned Crackling Bolt. I now have it equipped. Can I cast it?
Hey.
No! I still can't cast it. I've learned it and I can't cast it. I have to gain access to 3rd level spells. Alright. Well, now I know. And I've got a really cool spell. Because that sounds really rad. Freaking Crackling Bolt sounds really cool. And I can't wait to use it. Because I really like Chain Lightning style spells. Those are fun. In fact, it's only like, what, 100 to learn the other one? Yeah, that's gotten significantly cheaper for me over time. Let's get rid of Fan of Flame and pop in with Jolting Touch. Yeah. That's a multi-target enemy attacker, so that's fun. Neat. That should be some fun to use. So many grimoires. I definitely have the ability to learn things. Boop. These inventories are getting messy. Alright. She's dead. I'm gonna steal all her shit. A fine stiletto. And spell of Jolting Touch. The cat's still hanging out. The Deerwood, part 6. You know what that is? It's not part 3, damn it. Are there any duplicates? Or do I have to find the exact instances of all of these? Okay, what happens if I pick up the cat? You pick up the surprisingly light and unexpectedly pointy creature, and it purrs contentedly in your arms. Oh. I own it now. This small black cat makes a grisly companion, for its thin hide is stretched over its bones, its skin is rotting away around its chin, and there is an unsavory gleam in its golden eyes. All the same, it seems content to twine about your ankles purring. I'm going to put you in the box here and forget you exist. Thank you.
I shall.
I was not ready for. I was not really ready for that. Nope. 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 You guys planning on leveling anytime soon? Oh my god, you are. Cool. The entire party might level up in a moment when I guess it's faster to go this way, isn't it? The entire party's probably going to level up when I get to the, when I tell him that I saved the kid.
Margaret.
And if I level up, then I might, for example, gain access to level 3 spells. Or a new chant. Or really anything. Leveling up's exciting. It'll also be very time consuming. We'll probably devour the rest of the episode. So unless something has changed, I should be able to just walk through this floor because I have a password, I guess. Go visit our beloved friend. Tell him about the good news. Why? Why is this happening? Okay. It doesn't really feel like saves coming when I'm like, the fuck? I can just sneak through, it's not a big deal. I haven't fought any of their guards since I was last around here.
Light, flame, and sound.
So I'm just kind of confused about why I'm in trouble, apparently. I don't know. I'm like, I have a passphrase. We should be able to go through this. Does fighting Osiriya instantly make everyone mad at you, even though they don't know that that happened? Because no one knows that happened? Because it happened in secret? I don't know. Fuck it, I can sneak through. It's easy. Hey, Nedmar. You've returned. Have you found him? Are there any survivors? Yacho is safe. He asked me to tell you that he's kept the carving you gave him as a boy. Nedmar's eyes widen. With sudden vigor, he rushes forward to grasp your arm. Oh, thank the gods, thank you. I did not think you could. That is, I feared. He shakes his head. I did not want him to meet the pale knight so soon. Nedmar pulls away, collecting himself. Here. What I promised you in return. He pulls a large iron key from the pocket of his robe and hands it to you. This will open the door to the scriptorium. He points west. And from there, you can reach the chapel and Lord Raedric without encountering quite so many guards. Take this, too. I have little wealth to offer. Better to give something of use. 2 scrolls of protection. I would entreat you before you go. Despite his shortcomings, Lord Raedric follows the gods with obedience, and he has Gilded Vale's best interest in mind. It may be that, with time, he can achieve what he desires. Please, consider this before you turn to violence. Was this key open? It is a master key. Nedmar wrings his hands as he speaks. It will not open every door, but it will permit you to access the stairs leading down to the Lord's Chapel. It will also open the doors along the keep's main hall, but you will face heavy fighting if you go that way. You do not have much time. Whatever your intent, Lord Raedric will soon discover that one of his prisoners has escaped, and then you will lose the element of surprise. I thought you'd favor Kolsk as Lord of Raedric's Hold. I favor him as he is, a man of vision, but Kolsk has a hunger in him for rule, even if to good purpose. He is not led by his faith. Still, he is my friend, and I am willing to assist Kolsk in restoring divine favor to the lands of Gilded Vale. Should Lord Raedric fall, that is. Goodbye. No! There's no quest update. There's no experience rewarding quest update from that. Oh no. I only need 5 experience. Come on, man. Just 5. That's all I need. I did cast some spells. What happens if I say rest? In particular, I'm wondering, will everyone magically teleport into this room? Because that would make it much easier to get everyone to that west door, as if everyone else was in here with me.
I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I just, well, you seemed preoccupied.
You've just begun to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Aloth over your shoulder. He looks away quickly when you notice him, kneading his hands into squirming fists. What's on your mind?
I suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual lately. Talking to people who aren't there, remembering flashbacks of your previous life. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
He stares at a spot on the ground. I guess I don't know what to make of this either.
Then I'm in good company. I should let you rest. It looks like we'll have another full day tomorrow.
That didn't help at all. None of them teleported it in to the room. The Keep Chapel. I just did all of this to gain access to the door that I found on my way to finding him. It's like the first thing I found when I was not the first thing I found. I found it right before I found this guy. So before I talked to any of these characters, I just discovered this exact thing. Son of a bitch.
I'm on the trail.
All right.
Watcher.
Oh my god. That's not good. Oh, is that how much faster the stealth goes bad? The moment you don't have... Oh god, she's completely fucked. Alright, let's save ourselves a little time here. Instead of dealing with this mess. Okay. So that's how that mechanic works. So basically the robes were giving me the power to make that meter fill more slowly. I didn't understand that was the mechanic. Alright, back to it.
Hello? Hello?
And also, there's a wolf. Or a fox, I mean. Kind of a strange, outlandish element of this. Okay. It immediately filled, but he didn't care. I'm getting a little confused about the stealth in this game.
Ready, Watcher.
I guess that's just a character that won't report you. Because... the internal logic must be that I already told him that... The internal logic must be the fact that I already did my skill check on that guy. I guess? I don't know. It's feeling a little janky, confusing. It could be that it's that,
Yeah.
It could be based on the fact that I killed somebody downstairs, so now everybody's on high alert, because... I don't know. It's just a little weird. Oh god. Yeah, I guess that specific guard won't catch me. But other people could soup. Oh god, stay up there. I'm going one at a time because everybody going through the hallway at the same time is like kind of unmanageable feeling. The fact that it shows me as high alert, like, you've been caught, just makes me very confused, because it also clouds the waters, because there's somebody else who apparently will catch me, and I'm not sure which NPC it is that will catch me and attack me on sight where other characters won't. Or is that just as long as I'm not wearing the... Is that just entirely based on the robes? Right, because I'm thinking of that too. It's probably based on the... Because she... Yeah. When she got caught, she wasn't wearing the robes. But I'm supposed to have a password, which I've never been able to use. I guess maybe that opportunity's already flown from before when I did the other thing. Yeah, his just filled up. So I guess I can't get caught right now, because maybe the password is enabled right now as long as I'm wearing the robes. Whatever, we're past it. I can stop being completely confused by which rules are happening. Ba-doop-boop, ba-doop-boop. Okay. We're here to kill somebody. Sagani, Cadnua, Kana, Raedric, Lord of a barren land. A lot happened here. I've killed Assyria, which makes it unlikely she'll assist me in reaching Raedric. You never know, she is an animancer, she might just come back. Which would be spooky. But yeah, I rested, which means that I can hopefully... I can hopefully just throw every spell I have at this next encounter. Gotta put everyone's armor back on. I've done this exchange a few too many times now. I can't make up my mind. I mean, this is just some constitution, whereas this is like flat extra damage reduction with no additional cost. I suppose if nothing else I could put it on you. But you do have the extra AoE. I'm a little torn. But it's faster recovery speed. Technically worse DR. Let's put it on Durance. And put his messy robe away. Sorry, Durance, you gotta upgrade. I know you're devastated.
Yeah.
We should find Raedric somewhere around here. Where am I now? Did I essentially do all this to get behind that one door that I was... Yeah, I did. So this is the room with that fountain I saw earlier. I've essentially gotten into there, and that's the outcome of what I've done. I've apparently been detected, so this is like silly, fake... Yeah, stealth is basically not applying right now. I meant to just approach and a scripted story event happens. Story triggers and stealth interact with each other strangely. Okay, so I don't want everyone to go forward, because that would be bad for me. Let's just select some of our melee characters. There we go. That's... I don't know how I messed that up that bad, but they ran around in a weird storm. Which I thought they just moved forward a little bit. Let him approach. Flanked by a host of guards, all of whom regard you with mute hostility, Lord Raedric VII observes you from his throne, clad in ornate plate. His eyes have a hollow quality, and there is a pallor to the man's gaunt face that leaves his features showing stark against his dark and unkempt hair. There is a dagger discarded upon one stone arm of the throne. A thin, crimson rivulet worms its way down the blade and past Raedric's fingers, even as he leans forward to regard you with a piercing gaze. Thought he'd be better looking, even with all the inbreeding. Though his face is calm, you notice Eder's hand straying towards his weapon, as though with a mind of its own.
It is unlike Kolsch to hire mercenaries, or foreigners for that matter. And you are not one of mine, so I cannot accuse you of treason.
His fingers close loosely around the pommel of his dagger as if to ascertain if it is still there, and then flinch away. You've come far closer than his people ever did. Raedric looks to his guards, who shuffle nervously. Much too close. He looks back at you. A quiet infiltration, and done more skillfully than Kolsk could ever manage. I did not expect it. Yeah, they're calling it a quiet infiltration. I think the game is judging me based on whether or not I did this stealthily or not, and I think I must be passing whatever the requirement is.
What has my cousin promised you? Some grand reward? If he had any resources to his name, he would not covet mine. And if he had any honor in him, he would not have tried this here, now, when I have lost so much.
Weird skipped line in the middle of here. Point to the dagger. What happened there?
A just sentence.
Raedric turns his head slightly to regard the dagger. His voice wavers, and in a moment, a pang of grief crosses his face. What did he do? Ygritte knew. She hid the verses from me, the tokens. She knew what I would make of them. The scattered god poisoned her against me, made her deaf to my instruction. Isn't Ygritte the villager that a lot of villagers like, that lives in that one house, but I don't think she was not necessarily there when I visited? I don't know, I think it's the person that the miller would give her a discount to. Only when our son was born, that hollow thing, that monster, then we both knew what her crimes had wrought. Oh, it's his wife. Raedric turns a baleful look upon you, jaw working, face flushed and splotchy with emotion. It could not stand. He brings up a hand suddenly towards his temple, obscuring his face. What does Kolsk know of sacrifice? He would indulge himself. Let us succumb, one by one, and suffer Bareth's punishment, until the final soul goes to its keeping, never to return, and Gilded Vale is but a barren land. Kolsk is your cousin?
Oh yes, we are kin, he and I. He was raised within these walls, in fact, privy to all the privileges our family had to offer. But a greedy man always hungers after more than he receives, however bountiful. I was eldest, heir to the stewardship of our lands, and he was not.
The legacy brought chaos with it. Panic and despair. Kolsk took advantage of that chaos, creating division in our ranks, luring loyal men and women to his cause. Good men. Good women. Raedric's gaze goes distant for a minute, then he glances at you, and his lip curls. He fled the keep, in time, to hole up in the wilds beyond the village, to play at being a commoner and court favor with the people. And while he plays at conqueror, the Vale suffers, families, traders, all. I do not have enough men to guard the roads and defend us from Kolsk's incursions both. My attention suffers, and so, my governance, my family. Raedric breathes out through his nose. Nor can I make the effort necessary to bring about an end to this curse if we are beset at all hours by his traitorous plots. No paladin-specific dialogue. What have you lost?
Much. There is a plague among us here in Gilded Vale. The legacy is but part of it. The rest is fear, heresy, perversion. Each incident alone is but the flicker of a candle, but together, a blaze that will destroy us.
The legacy is a test of faith. It has driven many to madness. They cling to hollow promises, to dark and terrible things. Each lie permitted feeds the fire, every whisper from preening charlatans and venom-tongued midwives, the words of false prophets, the promises of dead gods. He clenches a gloved fist.
The flame consumed her, my Ygritte, and our child with it.
You murdered your own wife, your child. I carried out the sentence. Would you have me give her to an executioner? In the deer would we see to our own justice. Yeah, that's really not the crux of my point, dude. Raedric sits back in his throne, his knuckles white upon the armrest. And that thing, that silent aberration, that was not alive to kill. His dark eyes narrow. Keep your recriminations, trespasser. I have done my duty. Well, you can't call him a hypocrite. All of this was warming up to the assumption that he would be a big hypocrite because the bell tolled and the exact thing that happened to him happened to everybody else in town. That he was murdering for having hollow-born children, and he murdered his wife for having a hollow-born child, although he didn't murder himself. They asked me if I ever had hollow-born children, and I'm a dude, so it obviously doesn't just apply to women that birth them. So he seems to have stayed his own execution for birthing a hollow-born, but that's because he's interpreted it as being her betrayal and her, like, the child's only hollow-born because she did something wrong, even though it's probably a completely different thing. It probably has a different cause entirely, like a local curse or a location-based problem or a rift or something related to this apparent famine of souls that probably wasn't even a direct result of the actions of anybody in this town. They're just all suffering from it, and he's punishing them for suffering from it as if it's their fault. And he's so convinced of that he killed his own wife when it happened to her. Gilded Vale has suffered under your rule. It deserves a better leader. Raedric makes a low, huffing noise of disbelief. And you think Kolsk is that leader? What does he understand of what it means to be Thane? He has gathered a meager assembly of illiterate farmers and scavengers to himself, and sends these in suicidal action against my guards.
You are a pawn in Kolsch's designs, and he has kept his motivations from you for a reason. I wonder if you understand what it is you do, or what you might accomplish if you were better informed. You have proven your competence in your way, and had I such an ally, we might together put an end to Gilded Vale's woes, lift the curse once and for all, and in doing so, return us to a life where such strict measures are not necessary.
What he says is almost convincing and promising, and that's like, yes, I do want to solve those problems. Too bad you seem to be a lunatic that is happy to slaughter anybody who you perceive as being the root of the cause, even though you have seemingly zero information to work with and are just basically making it up along the way, but you're happy to kill off people left and right. Holy fuck, by the way. Goldpack Knights, Bleak Walkers, Aothis, and Skane. There are a lot of subclasses that have unique dialogue here, and they are not mine. I'd like to know more about the Raedrics. Raedrics? It is but I, alone now, but the Raedric name was birthed in glory. We have been stewards of Gilded Vale for generations. Its people look to us for guidance and protection, first from the excesses of the Empire, and now from what dangers the Deerwood holds. I have inherited that duty, but my vows, by my title, So long as I am Thane, I will permit no threat against our lands, be they mortal or spiritual in nature. What happened to the Gilded Veil? The legacy, Raedric breathes. Shortly after the deaths of the scattered god, Wedwin's legacy fell upon our lands. He shakes his head. And despair came with it. How could it not, when the curse took our children, our hope from us? I knew that Barroth would not allow such cruelties. Not unless we had lost his favor. Some in the village cling yet to a false faith, worshipping the dead god. They revere him in secret, even knowing what it brings upon us. My own wife, she continued her heresies against my wishes, and when our child was born, we saw then that no sin remains unrevealed. His jaw works. No man is free from Barroth's judgment. No woman. Yep, so he's just convinced that anybody who dares worship the different god is why Barroth is making this happen to everybody. Which is silly, because there's probably other areas that believe in Barroth where other people also worship other gods, and that's not happening, but also, I'm not about to let him execute Adair, obviously. Raedric looks at the dagger resting on the throne. I will do what I must to ensure that we do not stray again from this path. But it has taken time to root out the last of these cultists within our village. Time Kolsk used to gather his forces. Certainly didn't get all of them, considering... yeah, because he slaughtered the entire damn temple. But Eddar's right here. You really are mad if you think I'd work for you.
So be it. May the twinned god take pity upon your splintered soul, and scatter it to the winds.
Time to get in a big old fight. Hey, they have exactly 7 people. Oh, 8 people. To match my 7 people. Good thing I bulked up a bit, party-wise. This could be a big fight, potentially. Oh, man. You know what? All of you back up. All of you get on this doorway. Okay. That'll have to do for now. Adair, get on that guy. God, I can't see shit right now. Yeah, you fight that guy. Where's Doggy? There you are. I'll just click on you that way. No, seriously, I can't find the dog. Where's the... Oh, there he is. You get that guy. Now the initial situation has passed. Now we can kind of focus fire a bit. I'll do what I can, blowing pretty much any spell that I have to do something. Oh boy. We will try. And my protagonist is immediately down. That's not a good start. It's a lot of fucking enemies at once. How do you manage all this? Everyone's almost down except for Adair, basically. So Durin sort of used Holy Radiance. This is anti-fear. I need some more debilitating abilities. Divine Terror. How big is it? Vaguely so. Have I used it yet? No. I think Aloth is still trying to cast. Oh god. It's such a goddamn nightmarish maelstrom of noise and effects happening every time I unpause. And Itamuk's about to go down. Edo's about to go down. Give it a good attempt, I suppose. I don't know if it affects just enemies or just allies or what. Alright, well, no, it's obviously not just allies, but I don't know if it affects my allies or not. But I do know that I could use a bit of a defensive cast here. Oh, there's Raedric. It happens so fast. Everything happens so fast the moment it goes off. Has Durance cast it yet? No, that was Divine Terror. Okay. Probably a good time to throw out the extra ads and give that a go. Why did you all spawn that far away? Jeez. Alright, we'll figure out how to get back in there. That's not good. Durance is getting some heavy focus on him. Shit. That's just concentration. How big is that AoE? Reasonably so. Nope. That's the range of it. He casts it in this area. Maybe it'll save the dog too. Ha ha. 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 Aloth, was that effective at all? Necrotic Lance. 8 corrode damage. That is incredibly ineffective. Yeah. 8 damage is not good. An attempt is being made. Yep, there goes my priest. Is basically anyone going down? This fight's gonna be a problem for me. My main character going down instantly is not great. And it's rough because if you initiate dialogue, you're inherently surrounded by dudes. So that's not an easy intro to the fight. Can you even see what's happening? I'm not sure if I can. Give it a go. Where are you going? I thought I clicked on the Archmage. Oh, that's Jaskier. I thought that was the Archmage that I was clicking on. He must have run around somewhere. I highlighted this body and it said Archmage, so I thought that's what it was. Instead, I'm just getting myself killed now. Alright, well, I'll just give it a good handful of casts and see how many lightning bolts I can throw around before I get downed again. Come on. Did it go off? Oh, there goes Adair. That's not good. Cool, and he just cast... Yep. Yep. He just cast that lightning spell on nothing, because I think his target went down right when he was about to cast it. Oh boy. And then there goes Aloth. Have I done anything really? Oh, Edo's back because of his come back to life ability. See how good that does. Time to pop a potion, I think. We have 3 of our 7 characters. But hey, these skeletons will beat up this guy for 0.6 damage. Great, thanks, human skeletons. You're so helpful. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to give this another try next episode. Kind of a bummer you have to click through all that dialogue every single time because you can't quick save during combat. So I've clicked through all that dialogue every single time. Because for all I know, it might lead to dialogue triggers like, oh, you know that about me, that I'm his cousin, and stuff like that. Fuck. Did we even kill... We probably didn't kill Raedric at any point. There's the champion of Barath, who's full health. Favorite of Barath, the archmage. Paladin of Barath. There's Raedric. Yeah, I basically have accomplished next to nothing during this fight. Shit. Alright. Yeah, next episode we're gonna have to give this another try. For now, we're probably just gonna watch my team die. A human skeleton has left the party. You don't say.
Lightning bolt.
Did you just cast that and nothing happened? She was wronged. I saw lightning. Was that not it? That must have been somebody else casting lightning. Nope. Did they just interrupt him before he could do it? Probably. He's getting hit by everybody. Well, I hoped. There's a little damage here and there. Paladin of Barath, Archmage, even Raedric. They're not at 5 diamonds anymore, at least. Yeah. But if my protagonist was able to persist better, he could have summoned his phantom to take out his archers and things like that. For now, we have very much failed. I think this is my first death since the bear at the beginning of the game. Alright. Next episode, we'll try a different approach to this fight, I suppose. 'Cause, damn.